So in today's video I want to compare Samsung's biggest and most expensive phone against each other. I got the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and the Z Fold 6. So you can see on the back already the camera systems are not the same. So let's find out how they both perform against each other, and let's just jump right in. Starting with the ultra-wide lens, the results are remarkably close, as both lenses are quite similar. Even the main lens shot is hard to distinguish. While we are at it, both phones feature a 3-time optical lens, which again produces similar results. At 5x, the Fold zooms in from its 3x lens, whereas the S24 Ultra uses its 5x telephoto lens. In this example, the S24 Ultra doesn't really produce a better picture. At 10x, the differences become clearer, with the Fold lacking in detail. This ultra-wide shot tells a similar story, even though the shot on the S24 Ultra appears a bit more vibrant. Additionally, I feel that the tone is slightly different, with the colors looking a bit warmer, as we can see on this board. Aside from this, the results are the same up to 3x. The 5x telephoto lens of the S24 Ultra again makes a difference, even if it isn't huge. At 30x, the difference is very clear, but we need to keep in mind that this shot was taken with the 3x optical lens of the Z Fold 6. While reviewing these pictures, I sometimes thought I had duplicated one of these images by chance, but they are truly that close. Once again, the 5x telephoto lens helps the S24 Ultra stand out. Just for fun, I went all the way to 100x. That stone boy really loves playing his accordion, and while he probably isn't missing a note, I'm struggling to find something that distinguishes these pictures. Even the sky looks exactly the same. This time, the Fold produces a 5x shot that holds up quite well, but a closer look reveals that the S24 Ultra has a more detailed picture. Zooming in further significantly widens this gap. Zooming in on these owls, the ultra-wide shots no longer look like twins, as the Fold overblows the sky. With the main lens, this issue disappears, and the shot, like the 3x shot, is again very similar. I would say that even the 5x shot is very close this time. We observe the same trend here. Up to 5x is really close. However, when we add a 10x shot, the Fold starts to lag behind. The earlier ultra-wide shot with a blown out sky was truly an exception, because we are back to having photographic twins, at least until we reach 5x, which isn't surprising since the Fold doesn't have this telephoto lens. Zooming in on the blue side, the Fold holds up well even at 10x zoom in my opinion. Using the portrait mode, the Fold6 adds a bit more vibrancy to the skin tone. The same observation is evident here. For some reason, the S24 Ultra has less details in certain areas. When using the 3x lens, it's really hard to tell the two devices apart. Using the under-display camera of the Z Fold 6, the S24 Ultra obviously takes a better and sharper picture, while the Fold makes my skin look too smooth. Now some selfies with the main lens of the Fold. This is, of course, the biggest advantage of a foldable phone when it comes to the camera. We can simply use the outside screen as a live view while using the main lens for selfies. The difference in quality is also quite obvious. The picture looks sharper, the colors are punchier, and the background blur is noticeably better. I'm recording 4K with 30 frames per second using the front-facing cameras on the Z Fold 6, the one from the outside screen. See, both pretty much have the same field of view. The device also looks quite similar. Colors are looking on the previous screen of the Z Fold 6 a little bit more natural. Now some footage in 4K with 60 frames per second, using the main cameras of both phones. The video looks actually quite film. Looks like they're quite close on both phones here, quality wise. We can go up here 1x, 2, 3, 5 and 10 on the S24 Ultra. Back to the ultra wide. We have the ultra wide, 1x and 3x. And manual zoom up to 12x digital, while we can zoom here to 20x. So now the Z Fold 6 is unfolded. I'm using the under display camera and the front facing camera of the S24 Ultra. The quality seems to be quite a lot apart from each other. The under display camera of the Z Fold 6 is not the best. Low quality. I feel also it is struggling with every movement. It is also the camera it's also the camera you most likely will never use for recording yourself outside for vlogging or whatever. If you want to have the best vlogging experience on the Z Fold 6, you can use the main cameras and the outside screen as a preview. I'm using the front-facing camera of the S24 Ultra here, and now I have the Z Fold 6 here with a main lens, and I can go to the ultra wide. It is one big advantage, and you can see how much more you can see now on the Z Fold 6 compared to the S24 Ultra. We can also zoom in, which is really not useful for vlogging, but the ultra wide is actually a quite good option. If we stand up here, we can see how much more we have now on the Z Fold 6, and we can also actually see ourselves in the preview, but it is not very convenient to hold on my eyes. Since both phones have a dedicated night mode, I will primarily use it for this comparison. However, we will start with pictures taken in auto mode. While far from being a great shot, the S24 Ultra captures more light and detail here. The picture also has more noise on the Fold up to 3x zoom. When we use the 5x telephoto lens, the gap becomes even larger, and at 10x, it's just set. By default, Samsung lets its phone decide which lens to use even if you select 3x zoom. As a result, some of these 3x zoom shots are taken with the main lens because the phone believes this is the best option. After these shots, we will move on to the night mode, but once again, it's clear that the S24 Ultra is superior here using the auto mode. Now, with the same scene and night mode activated, we can see how much it improves the Fold's output. The ultra-wide, main lens and 3x shots are all as close as we witnessed during the day, while we again see the expected difference using the 5x telelens. We see the same pattern here. The 5x shot is this time around just that much better. I must say it is impressive how consistent both phones are while using the 3 lenses. The 5x shot will always look better on the Samsung, especially at night, and so will every further zoomed in shot. Here we can finally see a noticeable difference. The colors are colder on the Fold, while there's a yellowish tint over the scene on the S24 Ultra. This is toned down when using the main lenses. The biggest difference is once again the 5x lens, which performs really well at night. However, there are moments when the Fold keeps up quite well against the 5x lens too. While the S24 Ultra has more details and sharpness overall, it also adds significantly more noise, while the Fold attempts to smooth everything out. Now a selfie with the front-facing cameras and portrait mode activated. Overall the results are very close, but the Fold has issues with the strap of my back for some reason. Now using the portrait mode at night, and both of course again are very close to each other. Just the black brim burr is a little bit stronger on the S24 Ultra, and yes, both are set on the same level. Using portrait mode on the statue of Christopher Columbus, after whom the city center is named, the Fold actually performs better overall, as the S24 Ultra blurs out his head. I'm recording in 4K, 30 frames per second. Picture on the S24 Ultra screen looks a little bit brighter on my eyes. Can't really say much about the quality. Of course, I'm using the main camera from the Z4 here. So now I'm recording with the front-facing cameras, 4K and 30 frames per second. I'm using the front-facing camera for the outside screen of the Fold6. Actually looks quite good here on the screen. But I feel it looks a little bit like it has too much yellow color on it. The colors on the Fold6 looks a bit more natural to me here. So let's one time check out what we can do while filming at night here. We have the ultra wide here on the S24 Ultra going to 1x, 3x, 5x, 10x. Those are the on-screen options. And we can go further up to 20x. Let's go back to the main lens here. And on the Galaxy Z Fold6 we have the ultra wide 1x and 3x. It's on-screen buttons, and you can zoom in further to 10x and to 12x, which is a maximum zoom. And that's it for my camera comparison between the S24 Ultra and the Z Fold 6. In my eyes, the camera comparison was actually quite close, as long as we don't go up to the 5x telelens. Of course, the S24 Ultra has its advantages, but overall the camera of the Z Fold 6 is quite good. Overall, the comparison goes to the S24 Ultra. If you don't need any zoom beyond 3x, the Z Fold 6 is doing a good job. The front-facing camera, while unfolded, is really not useful for anything maybe other than a video call. What do you think about foldable phones compared to the classic smartphone? Looking at the price point, in my eyes, the Z Fold 6 should have an equal camera system, so even a 5x telelens should be included in my eyes. But what do you think? Which camera did you prefer? In my eyes, they were already way too close to call, especially at day and while using the night mode as well. In auto mode at night, the S24 Ultra had its advantage, but overall, main lens, ultra wide and 3x lens, they were always very close to each other. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. A sub would be great as well, and we'll see us in the next one.